Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allie. Today I thought we would discuss burnout because this is the most common time of year for people to experience burnout, especially college students. This is like the time where you're studying for finals, the semester's almost over, you just want it to end already. So I thought that we would discuss burnout today and how to recognize that you're experiencing burnout, how to fix it, and how to prevent it in the future. First thing I wanted to do was kind of just discuss my story with experiencing burnout. Obviously, when I was, I'm still in college, but when I was doing my undergrad, I had experienced burnout a lot around this time of year because you just want it to be over. You had to work so hard this whole semester. And then finals are coming up and it's just a lot of work that has to happen around this time to be able to finish the semester. So I definitely understand that. This year for school, I haven't really been experiencing any burnout, which I'm glad because pretty much every year before I was. But my worst case with burnout was actually after I graduated and I was working full time. I loved my job for a few months and then I just started to not really like it anymore. And after a while of that, it was just like I was working every day and then coming home and doing nothing. I would just sit in bed and watch YouTube videos, watch Netflix, eat my dinner, shower, go to sleep. That's all I was doing. And I got out at 4 o'clock usually. So it's there was plenty of time left in the day, but I just was so drained. I didn't feel like doing anything. So obviously this led to me feeling very burnt out. And I really started to hate working at all. I didn't want to go every Sunday night. Actually, I didn't work on Mondays. So every Monday night I would be crying because I would have to go back to work. And I was just super stressed and I really just didn't want to go. It caused me a lot of anxiety and it was just a really bad time. So I actually had to end up quitting my job and I had nothing lined up. It was just so bad. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to hang out with friends. I didn't want to play video games. I didn't want to do anything at all. I just wanted to sleep forever. So I ended up quitting my job and I didn't do anything for a month. And that's on I still felt like I couldn't for so long after. And obviously I realized that that's not a way that you should be doing things, and I know that not everyone can do that, but after a while I did start to feel better. And the only way I could really even do that was because since I wasn't doing anything while I was working, I had all my money saved pretty much, so I just lived off my savings for a while. And now I'm working 2 jobs pretty much and I'm going to school full time and I don't feel burned out. So it's just really how you take care of yourself, do things for yourself, take care of yourself, do things that you want to do, have hobbies, have self-care days to make yourself feel better. And that is really so important. So I thought I would start by discussing how you can tell that you're burnt out. Because, I don't know, I never really realized that I was burned out before. Especially while I was in school. I was just I just want the semester to be over. I don't know, I didn't realize what it was until I became so burned out at work that I was oh, that's what this is. So, some of the signs of burnout would be feeling really tired and exhausted, physically and mentally. Not wanting to do anything, that was one of my biggest things. I was just tired all the time. I didn't want to do anything, even things that I normally enjoyed doing. A lot of the time, yeah, like I said, you'll be very mentally exhausted. You can be getting a lot of headaches, just wanting to sleep a lot. Changes in your sleep pattern is really common, which is honestly, a lot of these things sound a lot like the symptoms of depression, so it can be a little hard to tell. First, I was oh my god, do I have depression? Am I depressed? What is this? And then as I started to get better, it just kind of dawned on me that no, it wasn't. I was just really burned out. And it can be hard to tell, especially if you already do have depression and you just might not realize. You might think that you're just having a bad time with your depression. You might not realize that you are burned out. So my experience was mainly just being super tired, not wanting to do anything. So I feel those are some of the most common symptoms. just not wanting to do anything at all. Like I would just lay in bed after work all the time. Like I really didn't want to do anything. Some things that you can do to help fix your burnout when you do realize that you are burned out. Obviously you can't just like up and quit your job or quit school most of the time. So some things that you can do would be like allowing yourself to take breaks. You don't have to be constantly working, either that, like whether that be school or actually working. Like you can take a break for yourself. You don't have to feel guilty about not doing anything. As long as you're getting your work done, there's no need to feel guilty about taking a break for yourself. Some other things that are really great are like working out, getting your mind off of it, practicing like mindfulness. I think that that's really important. I need to definitely be better about doing that. But just being very present in the moment and not stressing about everything that you have to get done. Just worry about right now and what you can do to make that a little less stressful for yourself. Another big thing is having a hobby. This is super important. I feel like I always struggle when people are like, oh, what are your hobbies? I'm like, I don't know. So having hobbies is very important for yourself, for your mental health, for everything. So you have things to do. It helps you find friends. If you're having trouble with that, you can join like a group of people who have the same hobby as you, and then you'll have something to talk about. So whether that be like something art or like sports or working out, anything like that, having a hobby will just make you feel a lot better. Like there's more in life than just working. And doing something good for yourself, having a self-care day, just spending the whole day treating yourself well, and you know, whether that be like taking a nice everything shower and like moisturizing and everything. So that's very important. And doing something nice for yourself, having a self-care day, taking care of yourself is so important for your mental health and will ultimately help you with your burnout, because if you're not doing anything but working all the time, you are not gonna feel good. You're gonna feel like there's nothing else to life, and I promise you that working is not the only thing that matters in life. So some things that you can do to help prevent burnout, other than fixing it, would be obviously taking breaks often. If you're working on a big assignment and you feel like you just can't do anything anymore, take a break. That's fine. It's okay to take a break. Something that can help a lot is having a planner. I know I've said this before, having a planner and just writing everything that you need to do in your planner and starting things early. Because if you start things early and you slowly work on them, you won't feel nearly as stressed out about all the things that you have to do, because you'll be slowly working on them. You'll have plenty of time to do things, and it won't feel like you have to write an entire like 5-page essay in one night, because you don't. It's okay. You can write 1 page a day. You can write 1 page a week. You can write half a page. Like whatever you want to do that works for you is okay. Along with having a planner and setting aside time in advance to do things, having like a set schedule of when you'll be studying and when you'll be working on things is really great, because you know, like if you start things early, you won't be as stressed out about them. When you leave an essay to the last day or two, you're gonna be very stressed out about it, obviously. But if you started that essay a month ago and you at least already have like half of it done by the time you realize that it's due tomorrow, you're way better off than if you were to just have to do the entire thing. And you'll likely get a better grade too. If you don't rush through things, you're gonna get a better grade than if you just wrote it all in a couple hours and it was like the grammar's horrible and all this stuff. So taking your time is definitely really important, and it can help you so much with a lot of stress. The biggest thing is all about like changing your mindset and realizing that work or school or whatever is not the only thing that exists in the world. Work is not, you should not be working yourself to death. You should not be working so hard that that's all you do. You should be taking time to enjoy your life, and you should be doing things that you find fun, spending time with your loved ones, anything like that. Taking time to just do whatever you want to do instead of working every single day. So now this part is a little bit for especially the students who are really struggling around this time of year, and how you can finish the semester off strong. because I know that this time of the year you just you're done. You don't want to do anything anymore. And I totally understand that, but there is still like a month left in the semester, so there is still a lot of work that needs to be done, especially surrounding finals and final projects, final papers, all that stuff. So it's very important that you don't like crap out too early, you know, because you want to finish those things. A lot of the time the final end of the semester things are worth the most percent of your grade. So like your final project, your final test, your final essay, all that stuff is going to be worth the majority of your grade most likely. So you really want to put in all your effort and work as hard as you can towards that without just being done and just putting in no effort, because I totally understand that. So some things that you can do to help yourself finish the semester strong are taking breaks, allowing time to spend with family and friends, especially right now because Thanksgiving is next week, or this week. Thanksgiving is this week. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, so take the day, spend it with your family, spend it with your friends, whatever you usually do, and just relax. You don't have to worry about school. You can wait one day to not do anything and just let yourself relax and have the day to spend with your family. And another thing, even if you still have a month until your final exam, you should start studying now. It's never too soon to start studying, especially for finals, since it will be usually cumulative. So start studying now, do a little bit every day, and then when it's like the week before, you're not going to be super stressed trying to cram in and study and stay up all night to study. If you just do it slowly, it'll work out so much better, I promise. If you think that you need a break when you're working on something, definitely just take the break. Allow yourself to take a break without feeling guilty, because it's okay. You are human and it's okay. Sometimes you need a break, especially in college. It's so stressful. It's a very stressful time of the year. Another thing is doing something fun, working on your hobbies, obviously spending time with your family and friends. This is like the perfect time of the year to do something fun because family's usually around. You can spend time with them. You can do little cute fall activities, even though it's getting really cold around here. But if you live somewhere where it's not super cold, you can still do things outside. Go for a hike, go for a little nature walk, anything to make yourself like more relaxed. Just all about those relaxing vibes this time of the year. Watch a little Christmas movie or something, drink some hot cocoa, you know, the good vibes. And at the end of the day, winter break is coming and you will have like a month off if you're in college, and just think about that. Just think about how great it'll be to not have to do any schoolwork during that time. And you'll just be able to relax, spend time with family and friends, and it'll be, once January comes and the new semester starts, you won't even remember being burnt out. As long as you're not like super burnt out, you'll be fine. You'll be ready to start the new semester. I remember it's like the first week of winter break, you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to just do nothing. And then the last week of winter break, you're like, well, I can't wait to go back to school, because it's just like, it's boring. Like, you have to do something. And yeah, it's, I don't know. Learning is great. It really is. And school is awesome, despite the fact that it's very expensive and a lot of work sometimes. I hope that this was helpful, because I definitely understand the burnout, especially this time of the year. This time is very, very common to be burnt out, especially when you have that like week off for Thanksgiving or something, and then you're like, oh my god, I have to go back. So there's not much longer. You can do it. You can push through. I believe in you, and good luck with the end of the semester, and happy holidays if you don't continue watching my videos.